is a presentation of Real Wise Productions and Komen Media Incorporated. Someone of prominence got tossed off of Capitol Hill. Who? Next on Mentality. Welcome to another installment of Mentality, where iron sharpens iron in the realm of health, wealth, mental health, entrepreneurship, love, and brotherhood, all from a man's perspective. I am one of the co-hosts of this program called Johnson, aka the mad scientist and EP extraordinaire, and I am joined as always by the other co-host of this program, the man that is known as Wize All and Wize, my boy, aka Wize and Keffe. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, brother. I'm doing well. Excited to record another episode of Mentality.
So the ice cream cone liquor is added again. I'm sorry, let me not be that disrespectful toward our 46th president of these United States. President Joe Biden's at it again, and he's at it again with student loan stuff again. Now, it is promised that about another 125,000 student loan borrowers will have $9 billion in student loan debt erased, thanks to the Biden administration this past week. Now, my question about this to you is the following. Why is this particular issue such a sticking point with those on Capitol Hill?
Because it's about forgetting money that they might get a cut of. Like, this is money. It's all big business, man. Like, you think they want to give up those student loans? That's money coming in. That's money coming in. It's all about the money. It's all about the bottom line. It's not about helping us. It's not about helping the people. They care less about the people. They don't care about us. They want to control us. So having the student loan, because some people have a lot of money on student loan, because some of them go get master degrees, whatever, become doctors. This is big. Like, you own doctors for the next 10, 15 years after they graduate. From paying loans and stuff. People who graduate even with a 4-year degree have a lot of money. It takes them quite a few years to clear up that debt. You think they want to take away that money? No. They don't want to get rid of that. It's all about the bottom line with them, man.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. I think it is about income coming in, as we would hear people say. And if you were to tie off an income stream, yeah, you can see how people in the government would rail against that. So yeah, I could totally see that. I could totally understand that. Well, people who have student loans and they have to pay it off, well, it looks like it is back on, because starting this month, they'll come a knocking. This is an interesting talk here. We have a guy who has been a part of the American dream. He has he has come he has come to the country. He won weightlifting championships. He became a movie star. He then became a governor. And then a lot of people clamor for him to want to run for president. But he can't. Who is that he? Well, of course, I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, the guy who played Hercules and Conan the Barbarian and Mr. Freeze in the 90s and had other parts of movies such as, well, I mentioned Conan the Barbarian and Destroyer, The Terminator, and Predator, to name only a few. But the 76-year-old actor and former governor of the Golden State has thought about wanting to run, but of course, he is over 35 years of age. He has been a U.S. resident for over 14 years. Where he does not qualify is that he is not a natural born citizen because he was born in Austria. Now, my question to you is, do you think that the U.S. government should allow non-naturalized American born citizens as presidential candidates?
It depends what they've done for the country. If they've come here and try to help people and help further people and people have benefited from what this person is doing, and if they've been a part of the society for as long as he has, you might consider it. Like, what's the difference? There's people that come here at 2-3 years old, and this is all they know. This is all they know. And why is it fair that they weren't? It's not therefore they weren't born here, right? But they came here at a very young age, and they've built themselves up, right? And they've made something of their lives and have done something to better their community, whatever it is. Why not? Technically, we all kind of it is okay. So, in a case where, say, someone whose parents are both illegal immigrants, but they're born here, right? They're American citizens.
Trying to think.
Are they not?
No, they are. No. Your point's correct. I'm trying to think of an example. Ted Cruz is an example of that. I couldn't think of someone, but he's an example of that.
Oh yeah. So no. Okay. So yeah. Say both of his parents are American citizens, right? And they're out in Germany or whatever, or somewhere not in the United States.
Yeah.
Like Michael Strahan's an example. He was born in Germany, right?
Born in Germany, right?
Right. Would it be an issue for him? He's an American citizen.
Yeah. I don't. Well, yeah. Technically, it shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't be. Technically, it probably would be. It shouldn't be though, because he was born to a GI. So I'm thinking that it probably won't be. Ultimately, he's an example. I think Mitt Romney is another example. I was trying to think of those types of examples you were talking about. That's so. It wasn't I was objecting to what you were saying. I was trying to think of those examples, and my brain just wasn't working fast enough. But yeah, I agree with you. Especially with someone like Schwarzenegger, he's been here since 1968, and so he has poured into this country in ways very few can say they have, and I mean very few naturalized citizens can say they have, and even fewer could say that they are proud of being an American like he is.
Yeah.
So if you have someone like him, I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. One of the last living witnesses to the fatal shooting that took place 27 years ago in Las Vegas of Tupac was charged this past week with murder of use of a deadly weapon in the killing of the rapper. Now, a Nevada grand jury indicted Dwayne Keffe D. Davis in the killing, prosecutors announced in court last week. Now, the chief deputy district attorney said in the grand jury had been seated in the case for several months, and he described that scenario as the on-ground on-site commander who ordered the death of one Tupac Shakur. Now, the 60-year-old man uh, being charged, it was revealed hours after he was arrested that morning while on a walk near his home, said the chief deputy district attorney. Now, my question to you, sir, is do you believe the authorities have the right man?
It's there's so many different stories, so many different versions. I believe Keffe was involved. Could be. It's possibilities.
Possible. Mm-hmm.
Do I think there's bigger players at play? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. There's bigger players at play. He just happens to be the trigger man or whatever you want to say, whatever. But there's bigger forces to play at this right now. And it's crazy because this wasn't a priority for them, really. Like they didn't really care for Tupac. This is a man who shot 2 Atlanta police officers in self-defense, and they didn't like that.
Of course.
So you telling me y'all didn't know any of this? They knew. The streets talk. The streets talked years ago. I'm saying they spoke years ago. They let information out. They went interviewed with Vlad and all. It's a lot of who he said, she said. Listen. I sleep well at night. This isn't something that's been weighing on my mind. Like I've moved on. Like same thing with Biggie's murder. Like they know who shot Biggie, and when the time is right, though, and when that person no longer serves their purpose,
there you go.
He'll be also outed.
You could say that the case might be closed, but I don't think we could say it is solved. We're just getting started. Mentality will return. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wize El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wize El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Are you looking for something to do on your lunch break? Well, there's a show on the BS3 Network that has only 4 words to say to you.
We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all.
The Lunch Break with AJ, powered by JM&E. Live weekdays at noon Central. Welcome back to Mentality, where this is the place dedicated to all men with Wize and Cole. I am Cole Johnson. And since I am co-piloting this not only episode, but this show and this platform with a brooklynite, I figured that it is time to celebrate a fellow brooklynite in celebrity style. Spike Lee, yes, he has been, is now, and probably will always be in the business of vision making. Now, why am I speaking about this man? Well, across 4 decades, the filmmaking icon has been creating and exploring and crafting his view on what should be in the world and on screen with cultural touch points, like She's Gotta Have It, Jungle Fever, Do the Right Thing, uh, Malcolm X, Crooklyn, and other movies that I could go on and name. Now, his visionary career is being honored and examined with a comprehensive exhibition, Spike Lee Creative Sources at the Brooklyn Museum. Now, plotting the museum exhibit, Lee himself said it was a process, as he stated this last week at the exhibit, which it has opened open to the public this past weekend. Now, he went on to say, the 66-year-old man, quote, "You just don't stick something up on the wall. You have different spaces and you move back and forth. And, you try to make sure that you're telling the story." Close quote. Now, I'll begin by asking this. How important is Spike Lee? How important is Spike Lee to the borough of Brooklyn?
Oh, man, he's just an extension of Brooklyn, man.
Yeah.
He's always repped the borough. He's always been about Brooklyn. He's been important to the culture, man. He's been a big part of the culture, and he embodies Brooklyn. He embodies what it is to be a Brooklynite. He embodies what it is to love your borough. Even though I no longer live there, I'm a Brooklyn boy. That's my borough. I'm always gonna rep my borough. That's what helped raise me, and I'm sure Spike had the kind. It's different, man. It's different when everybody that goes anywhere and they're from New York, right? Anywhere in the borough. None of them say they're from Queens. None of them say they're from the Bronx. They'll
Right.
say they're from New York.
Mm-hmm.
But you catch a Brooklynite,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not gonna say not from New York. They're gonna say they're from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
That's the difference. That's the difference between us and all the other boroughs. Maybe except for Wu-Tang, they might be they from Shaolin.
Yeah.
But for the like when you ask a Brooklynite where he from, he gonna tell you from Brooklyn. He ain't gonna be New York.
Mm-hmm.
And so Spike bleeds Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's just something about it. It's just something being born in the county of Kings. It's different, man. It's just different.
So, what are your favorite movies from him?
Oof. He's got quite a few, man. Of course, Malcolm X.
It's probably Michael is probably my favorite of his.
Jungle Fever. I remember going to the movies with this chick. What else? Schooldaze, definitely.
Oh, I
No,
still many a night watching School Days on TV.
and I gotta, and Clockers was another one.
That's an underrated one.
Yeah, very underrated one. It's very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
One of his most recent ones actually was with the one he did with Denzel. The Inside Man. He did the Inside Man, right?
Yes, he did do Inside Man.
I
One of my
enjoyed that
favorites of his too.
Yes, that's one of my favorites as well. Yes. So he's got so many, man. He's got so many classics, man. But definitely Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing is up there.
Yeah.
Yo, Sal, why there ain't no brothers on the wall?
Oh,
yeah. So.
Oh man,
Yeah, man.
see, just that energy. And when I would see these movies, I was like, so this is how Brooklyn gets down. I'm like, man, yeah.
It's
I know I would
bro.
love being there.
It's a different vibe, man. It's a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brooklyn cats, we go anywhere, bro. We go anywhere. Like we go, like some cats be like, nah, I ain't going to the Queens, I ain't going to the Bronx, I ain't going to Manhattan. But a Brooklyn cat don't care, man. Brooklyn cat will go anywhere. I traveled all over my city. Like I went all over the city, man. And just certain people just wouldn't do it. It's just like, nah, man, it's different.
It's crazy.
We walk with a different walk, talk, everything.
It's funny. I can relate in a sense, because in Houston there's this bias between North Side and South Side, and I didn't care. I grew up in the North Side and I grew up in the South Side too. So I'm like, I don't care. All of H-Town is mine. I claim all of it. But I can tell you where I grew up, and I will always rep it till I die. So I know what you mean, bro. I do know what you mean. Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Now, considering that we are content creators and we're doing our own thing, Spike was the type that 4 decades ago started to do his own thing in terms of Hollywood. So how has his impact in creating your own lane made a difference in Hollywood and in other areas in your mind?
It just showed me a kid from Brooklyn could do whatever he sets his mind to. This is someone from my borough that's made it. I look at him. I look at Tyson. I look at Jay.
Another prominent Brooklynite.
Yep, I look at all these cats that came from Brooklyn. I'm saying, and Chris Rock.
Yep.
You look at all of us Brooklynite, Tracy Morgan. You look at all these Brooklynites, man. That Barbara Streisand. We have.
That's what got you from Brooklyn.
We have celebrities, man. We got, but Jimmy Schmidt from my neighborhood, East New York. You have Willie Randolph, East New York, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I'm saying these are
Yankee
prominent
legend.
Brooklynites that show you, like, yo, these are people from our neighborhoods. They've made it successfully. We're able to do this. We're capable of reaching these heights if we set our minds right. If we go and dedicate ourselves to what these people, to the crafts that we want to perfect, because these people are doing it. And it's taking me a while to really get that going.
Yeah. What would you say is Spike Lee's enduring legacy?
His work ethic.
Great answer.
His work
Great
ethic,
answer.
man. Just seeing the way Spike is with his projects and what he does with his work, and you could tell he's dedicated and he has that dog in him where he's like, yo, this is my movie. I'm gonna make this the way I want to make it. And if you like it or not, it's gonna make an impact.
Doggone. almost 4 decades of him. That's probably the best way I could describe him, and I never could describe him that way. But I love that, and I think that's why I love him so much. Is that he just had that dogmatic understanding with the work ethic attached that I'm going to do this my way, and if you don't like it, tough, it's still going to be done my way. And I believe you're going to like it, but whether you like it or not, it's going to get done, and it's going to get done my way.
Yeah.
That is such a powerful representation of being so true to yourself and being so and owning so much of your power that that your indomitable spirit is like, you have no choice but to accept this because I'm inspiring so many other people to do what I'm doing.
And look imagine how many black directors, writers has he inspired throughout the years.
Starting with the late John Singleton. Starting with him. The list is long.
Whenever you get a Spike Lee joint, once you get that Spike Lee joint stamp of approval,
yes,
there we go.
And to this day, I still think he has one of the baddest names, and when I mean bad, I mean awesome. One of the baddest names for a production company. 40 Acres and a Mule.
Yes.
I'm like, that man's black. Woo! Now I can't hate on him for it either. Mentality will be back in 2 and 2. Football, and more football, you say? Well, tune in to Total Football Talk. Join your hosts, Drew Willingham.
You were playing like a dumpster Pelican quarterback.
And Cole Johnson. It sets up for possible play action. Did you hear that, Dak Prescott? As they take you through all the paces, both on the field and in the boardroom, of Total Football Talk. Every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Exclusively on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media Incorporated YouTube channel. There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Doc, and H-Rap B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast, where H-Rap B always predicts,
if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Welcome back to Mentality, where men are men and not machines. With Wize and Cole, I am Cole Johnson. And we talked about someone who is commemorated. Now we're going to talk about someone who was the recipient of what this segment is titled, Welcome to Power Moves. The Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Well, you could say that his stint as the Speaker has been etched into history books. He's the first Speaker to have had derision in terms of voting him in.
He got fired, man. Let's put it out. He got fired from his position. Let's not sugarcoat this, man. He got fired from his position.
And as my partner has so gleefully stated, he is the first speaker to be driven out after a handful of hardline conservative rebels joined with Democrats to take the gavel away from him. Yes, Kevin McCarthy is now the former Speaker of the House. After being stripped of his leadership position last week, McCarthy announced that he wouldn't try to return to the top of the House, and he acknowledged how working with Democrats to avert a government shutdown, which was threatened to have happened last week, put a target on his back. Now, he went on to say, quote, "I don't regret standing up for choosing government over grievance. It is my responsibility. It is my job." Close quote. Now, the untimely event for McCarthy's undoing happened when he angered a handful of conservatives for negotiating a debt ceiling deal with President Biden and ushering through a 45-day budget extension with the help of Democrats to avoid a government shutdown. Now, I will ask this question to begin it all. Why is Washington still giving in to these petty squabbles?
Because they're all petty. They're all petty. Ain't none of them worth. Ain't none of them worth over there. Ain't none of them. None of them. Listen, when you get ousted by Matt Gaetz, there's something wrong. When Matt Gaetz is leading the charge to get you ousted, someone who's been accused of having sex with underage girls, allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
When this leads the way and gets you ousted, this is showing your party in turmoil. Not only the fact that you got Trump smacking your presidential candidates around like little. Now you get Matt. I did not sleep with that little girl. Gets ousting the highest Republican in Congress out of his office.
I did not sleep with that little girl. And I am so glad you. Go ahead.
If you're not trying to hand the Democrats the presidency, I don't know what is it. What is it? I don't know what y'all doing. I don't.
There it is.
I'm not.
They don't know what they're doing. That's what I believe, bro. Right there. Oh, and I am so glad you mentioned Representative Gaetz. How much power do you believe McCarthy's ouster has given to someone like Matt Gaetz? Sorry.
Oh, my boy is flying high. My boy is flying high right now. He thinks he has power, right? He thinks, but all this is doing is causing dissension within the Democrats are more than happy to help you out with this. They were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you want to vote out your house, your representative? You want to take out your House Speaker? Hey, okay, we don't got a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay, we're down. We're down. Anything to cause turmoil in your party, we're down for it. Make y'all fight infighting. Oh, that's the greatest. If y'all didn't want to hand them over the presidency, y'all showing me otherwise. Because you're showing me y'all all divided. Like
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
It's just sad, man. It's sad. It's just sad. This is a party that's like their base is. They don't know their base. Like, who do we go for? Who do we go for? Like, what side are we on?
That's what I find hilarious too.
I give Senator McCarthy, Congressman, whatever, Representative McCarthy, his props on coming to an agreement to not shut down the government because it was going to affect a lot of people.
Right. I do
They
too.
need to come with a budget plan for the next 45 days. They need to figure some out and make sure that this government don't shut down, because you will be affecting a lot of Americans. And like I said before on this program, if we shut down the government, then none of y'all should get paid. None of y'all. No congressman, no senator, no president, no one. No one in public office should get paid. No one.
Why do these people want to create such chaos and dissension?
I don't know what what
Yes.
these other fools were thinking. Like,
Mhm.
I don't. I'm sure a lot of people in your party are not happy with you guys. So you just took the target off McCarthy's back and put it on your own.
Mhm. And to let people know who the Gang of Eight, and no, I'm not labeling this. That's how they have been labeled. Who they are: the Republican congressmen and women, or congressmen and women, that was responsible in voting against McCarthy in being the speaker. It would be Andy Biggs of Arizona, Eli Crane, also of Arizona, Ken Buck of Colorado, Tim Burchett of Tennessee, Bob Good of Virginia, Matt Rosendale of Montana, the lone woman Nancy Mace of South Carolina, and of course, the wonderful Floridian congressman that we talked about earlier, Matt Gaetz. How big of a blow is McCarthy being booted out of the chair? How big of a blow is that to bipartisanship in Washington?
Oh my God. I don't know, man. I don't really know. I don't really know the details. I don't know the it just to me is just showing you a party in disarray right now. You have everything that's going on with the presidential debates and Trump not showing up and still whipping all your and now this, it's just, it doesn't look good for the Republican Party, man. They're just not looking united. And if they have any hope of taking over the presidency, they need to get that shit together. They need to get together and figure this out, because you're just handing Uncle Joe this election the way y'all keep going, man.
Oh man.
Like,
I don't handing Uncle Joe the election.
I don't understand y'all. Like, yo, this man is up as president of the United States, but y'all up even more by doing stupid and fighting amongst each other, while this dude is sleeping through the presidency.
Not sleeping through it. Oh no.
He's sleeping through that. He's sleeping through that. You guys, he has to be sleeping through this. That's the only excuse for what the is going on with his. But anyway, what the is wrong with y'all? Get that together. I'm not a Republican, and I'm like telling y'all motherfuckers get that together. I'm independent, but still, y'all motherfuckers need to get that together, because, oh my God, like, if another 4 years
of this,
and none of your candidates can.
Later, we will have Thoughts from the Throne. This is Mentality. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report, every Monday at 3:05 p.m. Eastern, 2:05 p.m. Central, exclusively on the Sertoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pick'ems. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Welcome back to Mentality, where it is the ultimate masculine safe space. With Wize and Cole, I am Cole Johnson. Now, we talked about one political figure. It's time to talk about another, and we're going to do so politically speaking. Now, from one representative to another, and we thank our fellow mentality brother Ryan McCarthy for flagging this story. Representative Jamaal Bowman decided to pull a fire alarm in the Cannon House office building last Saturday as both parties negotiated a deal that eventually successfully averted a governmental shutdown. Now, Representative Brian Steele, a Republican from Wisconsin, the chair of the House Administration Committee, he said in a post on X, or formerly Twitter, he said an investigation into why that lever was pulled is underway. But Bowman's spokesperson, Eamon Simon, said later in the statement that Bowman, quote, did not realize he would trigger a building alarm as he was rushing to make an urgent vote. The congressman regrets any confusion. Close quote. The congressman is actually representing the state of New York, and we'll touch on another congressman from that state later on. But my initial question to you is this: what do you think was going through Bowman's mind in using such a childish tactic?
I don't even know why we discussing this stupid right personally. Like, I love you and everything, but why the we talking about this putting a fire alarm, man? Yeah, and I said, listen, like, you got me saying, like, he did some ignorant shit. That's why I called him that word. But he did some real ignorant shit. Like, who the told you to pull a fire alarm, man? Oh, I got confused. I thought he was gonna open the door. Negro, please, man. And then you of all people gonna bring this stupid shit up. Like, we don't need to discuss. He's a moron. Moron of the year nominee, Representative Bowman, whatever the his last name is. He's a moron. That's point. I do not want to discuss this because this don't make no sense. None. Make it make sense to me. Why the this dumb is gonna pull a fire alarm thinking that it was gonna Negro, you walk through this office building every day. You know what the fire alarm look like. I don't want to hear that.
Oh my
God. Like you got I wish you had that button right now.
Got me up.
with this bull. You got a motherfucker thinking from New York can't read. Don't know red means fire alarm. Like you seen it says don't pull or pull in case of emergency. There was no emergency. Like oh my god.
Keep
Let me calm
cooking.
down. Let me calm down. Let me calm down.
No, keep
Because
cooking.
this dude is really a yo.
Keep cooking.
I'm wondering why you even brought this up, man. Like this is not news. This is not news. This is some stupid trying to make a power play, and he came out looking like a dumb. This is all that is. Well, let me try to delay this. I'm late. Negro, put up. You need to speed up your watch or something, or put your alarm set so you can leave 20 minutes earlier. I don't know, but pull a fire alarm. Yo, you were just giving New Yorkers a bad name with this dumb, stupid. Like really.
Oh my gosh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Representative Bowman to the Moron of the Year nominee club.
And that's what we're talking about it, because I knew you was going to give him that designation. And he deserves it too. Oh my gosh.
He
Why
does.
would you be so doggone stupid as to pull a fire alarm and then you act as though you have a 4-year-old education and not knowing how to read?
Bro. And the funny they got this dude on video. It's like when they call Craig stealing boxes on video and like,
It's like that.
Like you got cameras all over these buildings. You telling me you don't think they're gonna see you? I just don't understand sometimes, man. I just don't understand.
I don't either.
You didn't think they was gonna rewind the tape, rewind the video, whatever the it is, and they want to see your pulling the alarm, looking like you a dumb. Like anybody see me? Yeah, they saw you. Like what the is wrong with you?
Oh my gosh. Oh, and this spokesperson's excuse.
He got confused. He says because he usually comes through here and this door is usually open, and today it just happened to be locked, and he thought it don't say open door here. It does not say that. It does not. It does not. So that excuse didn't fly with me. When I read the article, that did not fly with me. Like
if this wasn't funny and angering enough, you have Miss Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, aka AOC, coming to the defense of this guy because the Republicans are being ridiculous and they're being nasty to him. Do you believe she should have stepped in and defended this fool the way she has?
AOC, I got respect. I love you. I got respect for you because you're doing your thing, sister. But mind your business. Mind your business. He is the dumb that pulled the lever. You didn't have nothing. You can't defend the moron, baby. You just can't. You like because now you're making yourself look bad defending this idiot for doing some stupid shit. Like I think you have a bright future. So I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. When it comes to dumbass motherfuckers like this, stay clear of them. You don't want to hang out with morons. It's contagious.
Oh my gosh.
It's contagious, man. It's contagious. You don't want to be around hanging with these morons. So please,
oh my gosh.
Please, AOC. I know you get a bad rep because you changing the game and they hate you. I get that. You don't need to come and defend him. He a big boy. He pulled the lever by himself. You got other you got to worry about. Like this dude. Like seriously.
Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, this is good. This is good. And now, thoughts from the throne.
So, as of this taping, I've recorded 2 episodes of Wize and Cole, and I'm loving it. It's really me stepping out of my comfort zone and showing that I'm capable of doing a solo show, being able to share knowledge on how it's just a wonderful experience. I just want to let people know that, listen, regardless of what's going on in your life, regardless of anything that's happening, always chase your dreams. If you feel like you want to do something, go out and do it. Don't be afraid. Go out and chase your dreams because you're meant for greatness. And I've been denying my greatness for a while now. And I'm finally ready to accept that I'm going to be great. And I appreciate my brother for help nurturing that and helping me see that I'm meant for greatness and I'm meant to do some great things. And this is just the beginning. Wize in the AM is just the beginning. Stuck My Mind is going to be becoming harder than ever. You see what we do here, mentality. We don't hold no punches. We speak what we want. We speak what's on our mind. And these last few days, last week, whatever, I've been able to really sit down and reflect on what it is that I need to get done to really help propel me, my brother Cole, my Poppy J, all of us, everybody who's associated with us. My goal is to help uplift all of us in 2024 to new heights. And I'm ready. I'm ready to really take that ball and run with it. So I greatly appreciate everyone out there who's been supporting the show, mentality, supporting Stuck in My Mind, Poppy Jane Wize, and now Wize in the AM. Thank you all. And rest in peace to my Titiana. Miss you. And you're always going to be in our hearts.
You know, I had an argument last week, and the argument wasn't rah-rah. It wasn't loud. It wasn't boisterous. But it was an argument because the words were biting. And there was a phrase that was said to me that I wanted to take offense to it, but then I realized, and these words were meant to hurt. And you know what? Are they true? No, then I'm not going to give weight to it. And so that is my advice to you. You will come across people you love, even, and actually you will come across people who you love more than any entity that will say things that are injurious and harmful to you, and it's meant to stick to you and sting and hurt and make you pause and make you doubt yourself. Don't give in to that. You are more powerful than you are. You are more powerful than they know you are. And if you were to give in to those words and those stinging thoughts, that means that you are giving them power over you. Don't do that. Don't do that. And don't even rehearse the thought of, well, I'm going to get this person back. No. Just let that comment that doesn't really matter to you and doesn't mean anything to you because it's false roll off your back like water off a duck's back, because it has nothing to do with you. And normally when people lash out at you, that's pain that they have. And that's for them to work out. Believe me, you have enough words to work out on your own. So whenever someone comes at you foul and ridiculous, let it roll off. And if it keeps coming, yes, leave. But if it's not going to be like that, just let it roll off your back, because it doesn't mean anything. It's meant to throw you off your game. And as you can tell with Wize and me, nothing's going to throw us off ours. Not even ridiculous comments that don't mean anything to us. And those are thoughts from the throne. All right, sir. Any comments you have before we do let the mentality audience go?
No, I'm good, man. This is a good episode.
Yes, it was. Yes,
Zara
it was.
Wize did come out today.
Oh, and he came out in full force. Yes. Oh, I loved it. Oh, man. It was well worth it. Well, everyone, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing. And most importantly, thank you for hitting that notification bell so that you can catch any and all content that comes and emanates from the Real Wize TV YouTube channel or the Comey Media Incorporated YouTube channel. We both appreciate it, and we both humbly thank you. For Wize and Laughing, I am Cole Johnson, here to say parting as we always do. Our secret technique is that we always speak with mentality. See you next week.
Peace.
That's 100.